You're listening to the Gabe Molina podcast.
All right. I'm gonna open this right here.
I heard it.
I didn't.
I heard it.
I'll put one of those mans in there. Anyway, we're rolling heavy tonight with Unity
Training Center.
Yes, I just call it Unity MMA.
Yeah, that works too. That's how they announce it every time too.
Is Unity MMA?
Yeah.
How many people are you guys have at the gym? And girls?
We're pushing about 150 plus.
Members? Mm-hmm. Holy shit.
Yeah.
How long have you been open?
A year.
A year in total with the Unity or at that location?
At that location, the team was actually at another gym first.
Okay.
And then we kind of had to part ways with certain people over there, and we
that happens.
Yeah, not me and Ray, but all of us, we went over here with Ray, and now we're there. We've been there for about a year now, and we're about 150.
It's Ray Rodriguez, right?
Yes, sir.
And he's the lead trainer?
Yeah, head coach, owner.
That's cool.
Top dog.
Manager, everything.
Yeah.
So how have y'all increased that quickly with that many people? Is it just a great location for it, or are people hungry to participate?
Nah, man, the location has nothing to do with it.
Really?
It's all culture, man.
Great coaching.
We have it's like we have people coming from we have people that left their hometown like miles away, hundreds of miles away to come. Yeah, man. It's really all the culture.
That's crazy. I thought it was beautiful Gordy over here bringing people
Him
in.
too. You got to see him in them workout shorts.
All sweaty.
I left to train with these guys.
Did you really? Where were you at before?
Laredo.
Laredo?
It's in Laredo, Texas, yeah. About 150 miles away.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I used to come every Saturday. And then I just moved.
Yeah.
So, I'm to college. Oh.
Well, so let's go around the room. Start with Gordy. To introduce yourself.
No.
And I want you to, this is going to make me super uncomfortable, but I feel like we need to do it anyway. Give your weight class. I don't like talking about weight, but give your weight class.
Okay, so my name is Americo Garcia.
It's a beautiful name.
And they've called me Gordy since I was a kid. My dad's called me that. My whole family's called me that. Pretty much everyone knows me as that. Americo is my dad's and my grandpa's name, but my name is Americo Gordy Garcia, and I am a 125er in flyweight class, and I fight MMA. That's pretty much it.
It's awesome.
Right? I don't like hearing my own voice.
You sound great, I think.
I think it's awful.
I don't think you sound great. My name is Alexia Delgadillo. La Patrona is my MMA name.
Okay.
I fight 115 strawweight.
Okay.
And if I'm not fighting MMA, then I try to compete in Jiu-Jitsu.
Awesome.
My name's Jonathan Martinez, and I fight every weight class.
You're general manager, right?
Open weight.
No,
And
yeah.
Okay.
He just got promoted to his purple belt today.
So what is the rankings? Because to me purple is when my belt's on too tight.
Yeah, basically purple is the best you can be, man. There's nothing higher than that.
No,
Hey.
it's black belt. Corey's a black belt.
Purple's the pinnacle. No, it's true. Purple's the best, dude.
No,
I like
for adults, it's white, blue, purple, brown, and then black. And then there's of course like the OGs, like red or something, right? Or red and black.
Yeah, there's like a coral belt and there's a red belt, but that's you need a bunch of degrees, and I think by the time I'll get my coral belt, I'll be 61 or something like that, and I'm 24. So
Oh man, I'll be 61 real soon. I mean, sooner than what I like. 47.
That's why we got to start already, man. You got to come by.
You know, you told me that the other day, and I told you, I said, as long as I wear socks, man, I got some terrible feet. So as long as I wear socks or like some like MMA Crocs.
There you go.
I don't know what they make, so I'm gonna need y'all's guidance on that.
you got to get the grippy socks, the ones from like the
like
trampoline parks
from the nursing home.
There you go.
Yeah, the ones from rehab. Those would be good. You can take those. The shoes without laces on them.
So what is the age group of people that go to the gym? Is it
4 and up.
Really? 4 that young?
4 and up.
Show beating the crap out of little kids.
Yeah, they're beating up
They're
us.
not. I am. They're not.
So 4 and up. So what is? I guess there's different levels, right? When do they start competing? Do they compete at 4 as well?
They can, yeah.
Really?
If their parents allow them to, and they come to and train often, then
Get you a
they
little
can
closer.
compete. And they can compete.
Okay.
They can get it. Everybody can get it.
Yeah. We usually, like, whenever, let's say a 4-year-old comes in, they're fresh. We'll almost always kind of Well, we will always wait and make sure that they're up to par. Like whenever they jump into the competition, we don't want them to get kind of freaked out or scared
or discouraged.
So it's kind of just getting them acclimated to being aggressive with each other and maybe going through some of the moves before you start kind of upgrade. So it's not a hey, throw them in there and see what happens.
No.
Yeah, it's more patient.
And that's kind of like goes back to like the culture, man. Like not even with our kids, even with our adults too, man. You got to kind of what's it called, like marinate, marinate them before you kind of throw them into the fire.
So let's say this morbidly obese, overly attractive,
I'm right here,
bald, hairy male comes in with a pinched nerve in his lower back. Where's he going to start? What are we doing? Are we just kind of doing some movements? Are we seeing how I move? So when somebody new comes to the gym and they say, hey, I want to start participating in this, or I just want to start training for health reasons or whatever, what can they expect on day 1, day 2, maybe week 1? Or do you just start punching them in the face?
You want me to say?
Yeah.
I would say...
Are you training these folks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I teach the Tuesdays and Thursdays class. I teach the gi class.
Okay.
And...
all age groups still?
All age group. I teach adults mainly, but I mean, there's some kids in there that are 10, so it just really depends.
Yeah.
But 10 to whatever age, and usually it really for someone like you said, how you described, we just try to see
fat and out of shape.
Yeah,
I'll say it, man.
Exactly. Someone like that. I mean, I'm not gonna put you through the paces and put you crazy and test you or anything like that.
I will.
But she will.
Yeah, she
but we'll
will.
go slowly and work and see what you can do, and then as you get better and better and better, we'll ramp it up, for sure. But I don't think you're at a disadvantage. I don't think we have to slow down for you. Sometimes we have people of all sizes, and they can make it. No matter, I don't think we have to slow down for anybody. And
you didn't see me setting up this podcast, man. I was pretty winded.
No, you'd be surprised what your body can do when you push it.
Especially when you're fighting somebody like that, you kind of go into this overdrive mode where you're kind of trying to survive, and you'll pull out stuff you've never done before.
Yeah.
So it's kind of I wouldn't sell yourself too short.
What is your favorite age group to train? Do you have one?
I like adults.
Okay.
Any adults, anything above that. I enjoy kids training. I used to train the kids a lot at my old gym, but the thing with kids is it's a different way of teaching. I think I don't have kids, so
well, they still help you slow down and not have them too early.
It's different. Yeah, it's different. Having kids is and teaching kids is just very different from adults. From adults, they have a little bit of an edge to them, and I can kind of make jokes and they get it.
Yeah.
And then I can, what's the word I'm looking for? I blanked out. But when you're teaching adults, it's just I can, force them to do things and kind of bring it out of them and be hard edge with them.
Yeah.
The kids, I gotta be kind of soft with them and kind of okay and do this and that. And I like that, sure, but I really like that.
And then you take it out on the adults.
Yeah, I really like. I want to see these adults bring it out.
Yeah.
And they never thought they have. And then when they do, they look at me like, or they did a technique that I taught during rolling.
Yeah.
Or under stress and they can do it. That's my favorite. I love seeing that.
I think a lot of times we end up, especially I say we, I like to use the royal we, right? When I say we, I mean me. We get to this point where it's kind of like, and I'll say myself 100%. You're younger, you work out, and Tim Ingram is my nephew. He owns Heavy Metal, and I would work out with him from time to time back in the day, and I would always tell him how as you get older, you start doing certain movements and things that you remember how to do when you were younger, and I'd end up hurting myself, right? I'd pull a muscle, I'd twist my ankle, something, And so it's like you may do it for a month or a month and a half, and then you hurt yourself because you're doing things you used to do when you were younger, and then it takes you 2 or 3 weeks to recover, and you're starting back at zero.
Yeah.
And then the other crappy thing is I've worked at a sedentary desk job for, I'm 47, probably since I was like 20, right? And so you don't realize how out of shape and rough you are till you're way past. You being rough and out of shape.
Yeah.
I feel that.
So it's kind of like this, I was talking to a buddy of mine. I said, man, I feel like I'm in a deficit. And, he's a positive guy. And he's kind of like, well, you're not in a deficit. You're just at where you're at, right? And it's funny because I think something like this is, you start to use words as you get older, like lower impact. And so these kind of movements kind of get you, some cardio movement, but also some stretching, some physical movement, and then just the knowledge of learning how to do certain things to defend yourself as well. And I think that's kind of a big draw for folks that aren't really competitive, is when you sit there and you go, man, if I'm ever downtown at Fiesta and somebody comes up to me and my family, what am I going to do? You call the cops and they'll be there in 2 or 3 minutes. They're gone by then. So I think this is all, the fact that you guys have 150 people there really says something about the desire for people to compete, but also a lot about your gym too. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think also too, like there's a saying, jiu-jitsu is for everybody, and it really is, man. Kind of to come back like on what will we do? Everybody's kind of at like it's a case by case, right? So like somebody comes in, that's very kind of maybe athletic, they're still young, maybe they pick up a little faster, but somebody else that maybe it's kind of like maybe coming off the couch, which was something like how when I started, it is scary, man, but like it's for everybody.
Yeah.
Anybody could do it.
Not only that, like sometimes we have people who are big or just out of shape. Like you'll get people who are thin and they're out of shape and they're like, oh my God. But the energy that our gym has is like incredible. Like we'll cheer them on and then all of a sudden they're like, I could do this. Like we're almost done. And like everybody's yelling and then you get involved and you find something inside of you that makes you finish whatever it is you're doing, whatever workout we're doing. And you're able to finish and you're like, what? Like I did it. And then you finish and you're like, you could see their faces that like they're impressed with themselves.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, you finish, come back. Like you have to come back. It's hard.
I've had
you gotta come back.
I've had this conversation on this podcast for many times. Usually revolves around heavy metal, but it's kind of like there's this anxiety and it's self-imposed, right? Because I've never been, in the times that I go to heavy metal, I've never been in a position where anybody made me feel uncomfortable being there or said something or anything like that. It's always been myself. And it's funny because it sounds like y'all are very similar, and the atmosphere is amazing. The issue is for the individual to just come and be consistent and continue to come back. It's easy to kind of sit there and go, well, I've got all these reasons for not going, but a lot of it is just inner anxiety. I was talking to Richard one time. He's a trainer over there, and I told him, I said, what's crazy, man, is I've come to heavy. My nephew owns it. Everybody there, I know a lot of people there. I said, but I get there and I sit in the parking lot, and I've left 3 times in a row, and I didn't tell you. I showed up, I was in the parking lot, and my anxiety goes up, and I go, oh man, I can't go in there. And so I think for a lot of people, it's just. And I tell everybody what's stopping me is paper thin. Yeah. I walk in there and I feel fine and I feel great and I do my exercise and say hi to everybody and it's cool and I leave and I'm super happy.
Yeah.
But it's just walking through the friggin' door, which sounds so stupid.
No, man, that's the hardest part sometimes.
Yeah.
That's really the hardest part, man. It really is, because like you said, like once you're there, it's like, let's do it.
Yeah.
But that initial getting through the door is probably the hardest part. It's kind of like, whenever I speak to people on the phone, they call me and they'll tell me like, man, I'm nervous. Or I feel like it's easy for anybody to say, like, kind of become like a salesman, like, oh, we got this, we got that. Like, I always just tell people, man, like, just come in. When you're ready, come in, send me a text, let me know you're going to be here. I'll be here. I kind of welcome them in. And man, it's just not getting them through the door, but getting yourself through that door.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even, I feel like from somebody beginning to even to somebody that's like, seasoned already, sometimes they're kind of like, oh, but once I think everybody can agree that once you're in there, once you're on the mats, it's just like that doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, one thing that I think is pretty awesome is I follow y'all's social media and I'll be following you soon. And even just the Unity Gym and the women's classes, to me it's kind of like, I think that is the best, and the fact that you have a day on Fridays and it's free and you always post pictures and it seems to be increasing in the amount of ladies who come.
Yeah.
When did that start? What brought that on? Was it just something naturally that happened? Or how did y'all implement that to because initially I could see you opening a gym, bunch of dudes show up. You might have one girl, and it's kind of like, okay, well, we want to have, that weight class, right? How did you go about attracting more women to coming to it, and what has been the turnout and feedback from women that do attend y'all's classes?
I think so. Originally, I want to say it was Naoma who kind of put that little seed in Professor Ray's head that, hey, I would like a women's class. And then I don't know how we ended up just saying like, hey, me and her, let's run it. And then it was only us two. We only had 2 females at the time. We've had females come and go, but me and Naoma were the only ones who kind of stuck around. And we just started running. I mean, one day we were just like, every Friday, it's going to be free. And people showed up.
Really?
And then now running it is me and Coach Jen. And she's a purple belt, and she's amazing. She came from El Paso. And she was looking for a gym in particular that had a women's class. And she came, and man, we've been running it like that. And she's been amazing for our program, and people just show up because it's so good. Like, people just keep showing up, and they end up signing up. That was the whole point, I think, is get the women to come here for free, and they're going to fall in love with it, and they have. And from that program, I want to say there's 12 females maybe signed up now.
Yeah, I feel like they probably, most all of them came from that class. Initial women's class.
Really?
Yeah. So you come for free, and then you fall in love, and you end up signing up.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. And I even tell them, like, even if you can't, there are some girls that just come Fridays, and they just love it. And then the majority of them fall in love with it, and they're here. I mean, not only do we have about 7 to 12 girls show up on Fridays, but now they're showing up all week.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday, everybody's showing up. And which is like one of the most beautiful things, because sometimes, even though there was only 2 females at the gym whenever I first started, sometimes we were at different schedules, so I would be training by myself, and I had no females. And so that's like one of the hardest things. But now, I mean, there's females everywhere, so nobody's like left alone. I love it. It's like, makes me want to cry. It's so beautiful. Seriously, women being a part of our program is probably one of the best things. Sometimes, every once in a while, we have more females on the mat than males.
Really?
It's not too often, but it happens. It has happened.
It's pretty often.
You're right.
It's pretty often.
Fridays,
I'm not kidding.
The only Friday was this last one.
No. Oh, yeah.
That was the only one that was more males than females that day. But most of the time, I'm gonna say I'm there every Friday, just to take a nap.
And again,
I'm there every Friday to take a nap. And
again, it really is like it's just that same culture, man, carried over into anything that's done there.
So during the week, what is it like at Unity? Y'all post different things during on social media where you have like open mat, you have certain classes. So it seems like y'all have a lot of stuff that's pretty early too during the week. Typically, not to get into too much detail, but what does a week look like? Let's say somebody says, "Hey, I want to start going to Unity. I want to get healthy," or "Hey, I want to start trying to compete." What days do you do certain things the most? Is every day pretty much the same, and you have women's days on Friday, or are there only certain classes, certain age groups during the week?
No, you know what? We have classes all week, and to be honest, they're all pretty packed. I would say the only differences would be like our times. Like, we have 6 a.m. classes, lunchtime classes, and evening classes. Our evening classes are for sure our biggest classes.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah, but we're always busy, man, all day.
That's crazy. It's funny because like when I think about it, initially I was kind of like, they're out in that spot, and I'm trying to think, well, what's out there? And initially, like typically a gym's in a residential area, right? And sure, there's residences out there, but a lot of it, you got Halliburton, you've got those oil companies up 37. Then it's Pleasanton down south. You have Elmendorf out to the east, and then what is it, La Jolla or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Floresville's over there.
Floresville too. So are you getting these people from that community, or are they coming from South San Antonio?
Yeah, well, from everywhere.
We got guys from Bernie.
Mostly
really? From Bernie? Mm-hmm.
Everywhere. I'm not even kidding.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. And mostly we have just a lot of like people from the South Side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where we're from.
That's cool. I've got a friend of mine who reached out to me, and I'm trying to, and I think I mentioned it to you too. Her name's Julia, so if she ever listens to this, Julia, we need to go. Me and your girlfriend, we'll wear socks.
Dude, let's book it.
But she's real sweet, and and I think there's some nervousness there. But her mom wants her to get involved. She even expressed to her mom she would like to learn. So that's one thing where I've been paying attention to you, and I'm like, I think this would be perfect for her to be able to come to a gym that's going to be comfortable, that's going to work with her. They're not going to throw her to the wolves and her get a bad taste in her mouth and want to leave. So that's the kind of thing that I think would be beneficial for her, and I need to get her back on topic, so maybe we'll both go out there and
bring your whole family. Bring your family, bring your friends, everybody.
You know what? I'll mention it to them, but if I bring them all, I may just drop them off.
Man, I feel like another another big aspect about the gym is that it's a good culture, it's a good environment, it's a friendly environment, but at the same time, like, it's serious business as well.
Sure.
Like whenever. Specifically, like our MMA guys, like they all have the same attitude when it comes to like, I'll say like falling in line with the culture, but like when it's time to like, get work, it's work time.
Well, it's one thing that people need to keep in mind. It's when somebody's got a forearm across your throat, it's serious, right?
Yeah, man.
So that's part of the training. You guys have been competing quite a bit. I've seen y'all were in Victoria a while back. Y'all were in George West. Y'all were, I think, back in Victoria. Mm-hmm. Are you finding that the surrounding communities are embracing the MMA culture more and they're bringing in more live shows? Or has that just kind of been a crazy run that happened recently? Because you fought a couple times since I've met y'all in October, right?
I fought that one time. I fought 4 times in 2023.
Okay.
And most of it was in Victoria, right? I fought in Victoria 3 times, and then I fought in Austin, Texas 1 time. I'm gonna be honest, there's like 3 shows in Texas. It's the Fury Fighting Championships. There is
it the LFA, one in Houston, or is it all over the
Fury's
place?
Based out of Houston. Mm-hmm. Okay. There's LFA. LFA's not as big as it used to be. It's still pretty big, but they're kind of out of Bowling, Texas.
Okay.
In like a weird area up there. And then there is one more, but they're brand new, and that's Peak. There's like those big 3. And the reason why we were fighting so many times in those Victoria cards is an older promotion called Texas Clash had come back. They weren't making shows after COVID happened, and they just came back, and they were putting on events back to back to back, and they were all in Victoria. And then Tapper Scrap is a brand new promotion. That's the one that we were fighting for, and they were the same thing. And then Tapper Scrap had a ton of success, so a bunch of other people were like, "Hey, we can do the same thing." So another guy made shows over there.
Oh, that's what's going on.
Yeah. So there's another promotion called Rise FC. So now there's Rise, Tapper Scrap, and Texas Clash, all in that kind of Victoria area. What's that other area? Sinton area. They kind of make shows in that kind of, I don't even know, was that region South or something? That kind of region. And then Fury usually just only does Houston and San Antonio. Houston, San Antonio shows. Peak does like weird Arkansas, Beaumont, Texarkana. They do Oklahoma. They do like weird kind of on the outskirts, but they're coming in. And then that's pretty much it. There's like 3 big ones, and then those 3 brand new promotions that just came in.
Smaller promotions.
They're smaller, but
that's good though, right? Because the more promotions, the more fights, the more opportunities people have to fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was pretty much a monopoly with Fury, to be honest with you. Yeah. It was kind of, they're cool. Fury's cool, but there was like, you really only just fight for Fury. And then now we have some options. We have Peak. We can even go out of state. So I'm fighting out of state.
Do you have to have a certain license to fight, or
you sign a paper?
Okay,
sign a paper,
so it's not like
your life away.
It's not like you have to be licensed to fight in a certain state or anything like that.
You do have to be licensed to fight in a certain state. When I fought in Arkansas, I fought in Texarkana, but technically it's still kind of Arkansas, so I had to sign a form for both. It's just a form. It's just a form. You pay $20 and they give you a little ID.
Oh,
you give you a little ID and you can. I think I have my ID on me.
It's like getting a license, I think.
Yeah,
really?
It's just like getting a license. Yeah, I have my little ID right here.
Let's see.
My husband carries mine because I lose it.
He's got a Malibu Grand Prix driver's license there too. That's cool, man.
It's just a paper you sign. It's good for 5 years, and you get to fight people in a cage for free.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this: you guys fought in George West. I'm from George West. How did George West treat y'all?
I didn't fight in George West. She fought in George West.
You did? Were you there though?
I was there. Yeah, okay. I was there.
Well, in general, fighting and just being there, how were you treated? Was it good? I
mean, we just showed up to the venue and I was like, what is this place?
But were people supportive? Were they into the fights?
Honestly, yeah, because anybody who's there is there to watch the fights. They're there to watch the show. So, I mean, they were great. I mean, the venue was good. I mean, there was no bad I mean, I just didn't get to eat there.
Yeah.
So when I'm leaving, I'm like, "Where's the food?"
The food was probably good.
I didn't see nothing. I just drove back home.
Yeah, it kind of ran a little late.
Oh yeah, my flight was
I see what
super
you're saying.
late.
Yeah, there's nothing to eat there. There's a couple of taquerias, but you're better off getting corn dogs and burritos at Dairy Queen.
No, you can go. The Dairy Queen was closed.
Was
Go to
it?
Subway.
It was super late.
So were the Mexican restaurants too.
This is what I do. I'm gonna tell you right now because you're rookies. I get there, I buy food and I just leave it in the truck because I know.
Get sweaty.
When I get back from my sister's, there ain't gonna be nothing open after 10. So.
Okay,
So
yeah.
let the food get
We
sweaty
got
and
out of there like
marinated?
at midnight, I think.
Did y'all?
Right?
Yeah, you wouldn't have found me.
So sad. I
Gordy
was
ate
like,
Subway, like a foot-long cookie.
that sounds boring.
No, I punked out. They have footlong cookies now, and I really wanted one.
Wait,
so
did they
bad.
really?
Chip, yeah.
No, man.
And
They have-
churros and something
the
else.
churros are
Oh,
crazy.
this guy eats more than all three of us
I
combined.
hate you, Gordy.
The churros are crazy. They're insane. I live right next
You
to
got
a
my
Subway.
nickname.
I didn't know that.
I live like down the road. I can walk to the Subway with my house, my apartment where I live, and they have footlong churros. Greatest thing ever. The footlong cookie though. So I saw it in the line. I was like, please, I want one so bad. And then I got up there and I finished. He made my sandwich. He was like, okay, that'll be 17 something. I was like, okay. And I gave him my card and I got kind of sad. I didn't want to ask for the cookie. I felt bad for him. I didn't want it to go because he was already struggling to put there was so many people in that Subway.
yeah, I did get packed.
There was maybe 10 to 15 people trying to order sandwiches. So the guy was kind of panicking and he kept pressing buttons, and I could tell. So I was like, you know what, I don't want to make him get a cookie.
Hey, when next time
Heat
y'all
it up
fight
for
down
me.
there, let me know, and I
Yeah.
will buy y'all tacos before they close. That
Yeah,
way
I
they're
can't
ready.
buy tacos before because then I'm gonna be smelling them and it's
No,
gonna distract
I'll
me.
keep them in my truck.
Yeah, and
I'll
I'm
keep
like,
them in my
where's the
truck.
tacos at?
Y'all need to let me know next time y'all go down there because, like I said, it was probably the second or the last weekend of deer season, so I probably would have missed it.
No, yeah, me too. Because I was like, I fight here, and I was like, if I
Do you
think
hunt?
well, my kids were gonna hunt.
Okay.
They had a lease this year in Rock Springs.
Okay.
So we only got to go one time, and I was like, then I'm in camp, and so there was no way I could go hunting, and I was so sad. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm so sorry, we're missing the season, like deer season.
Yeah, you know what? We did a bad job of getting started late. We just did everything late. We put corn out late. We did everything late. I think there was a mountain lion in the area at one point because then they went away. And my sister saw it crossing the street. But I'm on this new kick now, and this is kind of weird, but I like rabbit hunting now, man. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
We actually got one the
Did
last
you?
time we went. Yeah.
Have you eaten rabbit?
Yes, I think my husband shot it, and then the kids ate it.
What'd you think about it?
It was good.
Did you like it?
It was good. I didn't
very
like.
lean.
They made it, and then I don't know how they cooked. I just ate it, and then it was good. And then they had to re-warm it up, like because they cooked it early.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, I don't like it again.
Yeah.
But when it was fresh out of whatever the heck they cooked it in, they just served it. So I don't know how they barbecued it, or I don't know what. It was just already
They
served.
probably just grilled it. If
Yeah.
you saute it, oh
Yeah, it was really, really. It was good.
Wish.
oh man.
I killed a rabbit once with a BB gun. That's kind of cool. So
Oh my god.
I'm sure this is illegal.
No.
I don't know if I'm what's the word?
It's only,
don't say it.
it's only
Myself.
illegal if you get caught.
There you go. Okay, so in Laredo, there's a place called Los Potines. It's a bunch of little ranchettes. And me and my friends, I think I was maybe 18, 19, and we bought a really high-powered air rifle to try and hunt rabbits out there. We would drive by those ranchettes, and there was, I'm sure they were owned by somebody, but there were roads that looked like no one owned them. So we would go into the roads and go into the brush, and we would hunt rabbits jackrabbits maybe like at 5 or 6 in the morning. And I got one. I actually got one, and I skinned it, and it was full of worms. It was really cool.
that's the worst.
I just threw it away. I got it, and I was too
Yeah,
scared.
you're
We
not gonna
can't
wanna
eat
eat that.
those.
No, so that's why I was
Right?
like, yo, no.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw the worms, I think I hunted it too late. I think it was April or something. I was like, oh yeah, no, it's way too late. I just threw it away. We skinned it. It was cool. I accidentally punctured the stomach, I think, and it smelled horrible. But we threw it was bad. We
We need to go rabbit hunting so I can teach you how to clean one.
Man, you
I
know
wanna go
what's
hunting.
crazy is that,
I would love
man,
to.
like 2 weeks ago, we were talking with one of the parents there at the gym, and he was telling us, because we were like, man, we should go hunting. He was like, I gotcha. So hopefully we'll go hunting soon.
I really do want to.
That'd be cool.
I want to go. I heard that people do the cleanup. They don't like the javelinas, the boars.
Oh yeah.
They hate them.
Yeah.
So I heard that if you keep offering yourself, like, hey, I'll pest control. I'll come in and take
Yeah.
care of them. I want to do that. I want to go hunting so bad, but I don't know anybody that.
Yeah, my sister's place, she usually has a lot of doe, a lot of rabbits, and outside of that, not much. Like I wish she had hogs and things of that nature, but they're just not in her area. We're gonna start, throwing corn out, and hopefully more of them will come. But she's got a real small place, but it's a lot of fun, and honestly, like a lot of that meat that you're gonna eat, that wild game. Everybody talks about gaminess. To me, that's flavor, man.
No,
But
I don't like game.
You don't like it?
No, and we have hogs in the back of ours every once in a while, and they'll come up to our property.
Oh, let me shoot them.
And no.
Did you name them?
No.
Okay,
No.
okay.
Because they're always like, what is it called when they dig in the ground?
Rut. They just
Whatever. Anyways, they're trying to get in my chicken coop, and I'm like, no, they need to.
That's why you gotta
Dude,
get Gordy to
let me and him.
kill
Like,
him.
I'll take my truck out
I
there,
never
and
see
he'll be
them
hanging
though,
off the
but
back.
I know they're coming up.
It's on the
I've
side.
seen them before, but recently I haven't seen them. But I can see their little track marks.
If I had to eat one meat for the rest of my life, it'd be wild pig. It's delicious, girlfriend.
What?
You take it up, you take the hind quarter, you debone it, you cut it into cubes with some bell pepper and onion. Oh,
I've never tasted it. Where it
Should have
tastes
brought
good.
some. I can't eat those burgers. I can eat the meat. Though.
now, you know what? No, we need to go kill her pig
There you
problem.
Look. I'll take care of your pigs. I'll wrestle them.
Oh,
I
wow.
haven't seen any. I know they're there though
Okay,
because
like-
I've seen them before, like in the past years. I know that
They're not real,
back
Alexia.
there.
They can't hurt you.
Yeah, let me.
They
In,
can.
Hey, they can't.
let me and Channel just stay up there all night. We'll take
Go
them.
ahead,
We'll take them
y'all.
out. I'll do it.
My buddy that owns this place years ago when we were younger, they had a hog pen. They caught probably like 6 or 8 hogs in it. I went to go visit. We'd go hang out all the time. He said, "Hey, you want to go kill these pigs that are in this pen?" And I said, it was my first time, right? I lived in town, you know. My dad used to be a butcher, so back then we didn't hunt very much because people would just bring their stuff to the house and we'd clean it, debone it, or whatever. So he's like, "Hey, let's go kill these pigs." I said, "All right, let's go." And so we're driving over there, and he says, "Hey, just so you know, they're going to get wild." He says, "They're in a pen, but they're going to see us coming, and they're going to lose it." And he said, "They're going to hit the side of the cage." He said, "They might break their jaws, rip their snouts out."
What the
He
hell?
says, "Just be ready." And I was like, I'm with my buddy, right?
And they're so loud.
And they're so loud. And like everything's bloody murder, man. And so I'm like, "Yeah, man, no problem. Let's go." So we started walking up, and these things went ape shit. And they're hitting the side of the pen. They're going crazy, running all over each other. And I'm standing there looking at it like, what the fuck? And he looks at me, he's like, "We'll come back later, man." He says, "We'll come back later, man. Just let's go." And so sure enough, we left. And I was like, "I'll go hog hunting, man, but just don't put them in a pin because you're going to have to shoot them from like 100 yards away."
Man, they'll do that. Like, they'll
dude, they're crazy.
break their face.
They are crazy. Yeah, they're wild, man.
We just take them out. Told you.
Even when they have tusks, it's funny because I forgot. I've done some research before, and I don't know what it was, but if you take a pink pig, like your regular domestic pig, and it gets loose and it goes out in the field, in a matter of weeks or months, I can't remember, their hair gets really coarse. They start growing tusks, and their snout gets longer.
Like they mutate.
Yes, just from being out in the wild. They change, and it's a matter of weeks or months. I can't remember what it was.
And they have babies like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're in heat like year round, right? Something like that.
I don't know.
Heat, but
I
they
think
constantly
they
reproduce
have
like year
multiple
round.
litters a year, and I think they can start giving birth at like 6 months of age. Like they can start having their first litter or something.
That's
like
why
that.
they're considered pests.
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah.
There was years ago. There was one research done where they talked about how at the rate of what people are killing hogs, you'll never catch up to them. They're gonna outbreed faster than what you can kill them.
It's our time.
So
I'm telling you, it's our time.
you can kill them whenever you want to, man.
Yeah, apparently you can, right? You can take them out whenever you want.
I'll give you one bit of advice though: do it in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Because you do it in the summer, they're gonna get real hot real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you this: don't do it at night. Do it in the morning, because I've had times where people have brought hogs to the house to clean, and you look in the bed of the truck, and as soon as fleas and ticks don't feel that heartbeat, don't feel that blood running through them, they jump ship, man, and they're looking for something with a heartbeat. So you got to be. It's better to do it in the cold. It's better to clean them right away, because if you let them sit too long, fleas and ticks start jumping ship, and they start looking for pretty Gordy. Yeah.
Gordy.
But it's fun.
And those ankles.
I still want to.
Yeah.
I would still like to go hunting.
You know what the best part about hog hunting is? Getting checked for ticks later by your girlfriend.
Oh, it's when I went to that deer hunting, my dad found a tick on my back, and he got really mad at me. He thought I had Lyme disease.
Well, you
for
gotta
like a
be
week.
careful, yeah. You know what's funny? There was one year that I went hunting a couple times, and it was funny because I had more ticks that year than the dogs did. I was in the bathroom.
I'll be crying.
I was in the bathroom and I was washing my hands, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I was like, "What is that?" And I reached and I pulled it. It was a friggin' tick. So you got to be careful with Lyme disease, man.
Yeah, I was scared about that.
Yeah.
But then,
But hunting's fun.
yeah, you get over it.
Yeah, hunting's fun. But yeah, we need to figure something out. Let me know when y'all want to kill rabbits. I won't tell my sister. We'll just show up.
Man, I always tell everyone I'm always down. Just like, it's just about like the timing. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That's usually the hard part is getting away. You know, like especially if you're gonna go. Like she lives down in the Georgios area. You know, that's literally, hey, I got to take a full day.
Yeah.
You know, because it's 2 hours there. It's, you know, all day of hunting and screwing around. And this is the shitty thing about going to my sister's house. You go to my sister's house, we might hunt for 2 or 3 hours, but we're going to do probably 9 hours of work. Because all of a sudden she's got, hey, you know what? Let's move these pallets. Let's dig this hole. Let's
Sounds like my dad.
Yeah.
Sounds like my dad.
So it gets to the point where it's like, do we really want to go hunting? Because we're going to do fucking 6 hours of work today with this lady. So
I really want land. I want land so bad. I live in an apartment. I live in a not downtown area, but I live in a pretty.
Is it kind of like Southtown or something?
It's on right by SAC.
Okay.
Right by SAC. I live like what is it called? I live above a bar. There's a bar underneath me, and I live above it.
Dude, that's awesome.
It's kind of cool. Right now they're partying, so I was asleep, and I kind of keep waking up. But
is that a problem? Like, is they stay up late and they keep you up late?
No, I don't. I get used to it. You get used to it. When I first moved in there, yeah, it was an issue. And then after a while, you just get used to it. I don't care anymore. The music is really loud, but I can be loud too, so my neighbor doesn't give a shit. But I don't really care. I live in a really I wanted to live in the city, so I do. And now I don't want to live in the city anymore. I still like it. I still really like it.
Yeah.
If I can move out and move closer to the city, to downtown, I will.
Yeah.
It's so expensive. I want to buy land so bad, and I want to do work and hang out there and have a horse. And
Cowboy Gordy.
Yeah.
I want to be there so bad. I don't even know how to ride a horse. I'm actually going to go horse riding tomorrow.
Really?
10 in the morning, yeah. My first time riding
just
a
for
horse.
fun, or y'all gonna do some work?
No, just for fun. We just got a horse ride, me and my girlfriend, so we're going to go ride some horses at 10 in the morning.
Hey, he's
I'm
romantic,
really excited.
dude.
Oh, you don't even know, man.
Maybe to him.
You know what? I'm in love.
He does that, man.
But I wouldn't go horseback riding with you. We might go eat footlong churros at Subway. But
Oh, the footlong cookie, and then they have the footlong pretzel too. No, you don't know how much I eat. You know what I love? I love going to the mall to Auntie Anne's. You ever had it? The pretzels,
No.
Auntie Anne's. You don't know what Auntie? You know what
Yeah,
Auntie
the
Anne's is,
pretzel
right?
place, yeah.
It's a pretzel place, and they give you pretzel nuggets, and they're just covered in cinnamon sugar. Oh, it's like $10 a little bucket, but I'll sit there and just all
you're gonna
day.
make me take another insulin shot, aren't you? Just talking about it.
Man, this guy and
I
like
love
this guy
pastries.
and Coach Ray, they eat crazy.
We go band for band.
They
with the
don't
food.
eat like a.
But you guys work out all the time.
No,
So
I eat one tortilla and I'm like set back 3 weeks, man.
You know what? I eat a cracker and I put on 12 pounds.
Yeah, it's not even funny.
One time we went to this all-you-can-eat sushi place, me and Gordy.
Oh, it was the best.
Really?
Dude. I had to go halfway to the restroom to kind of empty the tank, but it was the. You can continue. That was
The
awesome.
server was just kind of like, "You sure?" Like, yeah.
It's
Nah, it was-
genetics,
bring it.
isn't it?
It was
Your-
crazy.
Your whole family like that?
No,
No? Just
no.
you?
I think a lot
Yeah,
of my
they
stuff.
are.
It's youth.
They
Oh,
are.
yeah.
All his family.
His dad looks just like him, just like an older gentleman.
Hey,
Like
taller.
everybody in his
It's
family looks like a
ridiculous.
model.
Yeah, his.
That's a lie.
hate
That's
Yeah.
100% a
Dude, I
lie.
hate
Except
you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, yeah, his sister. I've seen pictures of her. She's really nice.
My dad had 5 ugly kids.
My whole family, they're all like just chubby guys,
Yeah.
and then one day they got sick of it. They started going to the gym every day. My dad was a chubby guy for a long time and just didn't work out, and then he saw me working out a lot. I used to be a real fat kid, and the
Gordy.
reason,
Yeah, I was gonna say
my
your
name was
name.
Gordy because of that. So my dad would call me. My grandma got mad at me. Apparently, I didn't know this, but I used to live with my grandparents and my dad, and my dad said that once I was eating at the table and I had cellulite on my stomach, and my grandma got pissed, and she was like, "Why does he have that? He's not doing anything. All
Your
he does is
grandma
play
would
games."
hate me.
And she was like,
that's
"You need to take him."
bonita.
Oh no, my grandma was, she's awesome, but she's gonna be mean. And she was like, "You gotta take him to the gym. This is your fault." So my dad took me to jiu-jitsu, and then I've been in it ever since. It's been
That's what got you turned on to it.
yeah. I mean, I didn't know.
grandmother, yeah.
I didn't know I was being fat, but
Yeah.
I was just enjoying my
I
life.
know when I'm doing it.
They were getting mad. They were getting mad at me because they thought I was eating the food on purpose. They thought I was eating like to
How
be
old were you at the
mean.
time?
Like 9. How can you
Okay.
eat food on purpose? I don't know.
Yeah.
I love eating, so.
Yeah, I would eat cereal all the time, and I'd purposely eat all the boxes. I didn't purposely eat all the boxes. I just wanted the whole box of cereal, so I'd eat
Yeah.
a whole box of cereal in a sitting, and they would get mad at me. And they took me to jiu-jitsu, and I started training, and I train ever since. It's been 15 years now.
Was your dad into jiu-jitsu?
No, my dad sucks. He was he's super cool. My dad said he has a real low attention span. Mm-hmm. So jiu-jitsu, to be honest, is we do the same things all the time. And that's
so it's muscle memory kind of
thing. That's the point. I do a lot of things out of habit, and I can roll with you with my eyes closed because I've done it for so long.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't like that. He doesn't like doing the same thing over and over and over. So he really, really, really took to CrossFit. He loves CrossFit because it's something different every day. I think it sucks. I think it's not boring. I think it's so hard. I'm like, damn, it's bad. I used to do it. And
not my type of cardio.
Yeah, it was cool, but I was like, man, this is intense. Yeah. I didn't like it that much, but my dad loves CrossFit. He does CrossFit all the time. And then my mom, I don't know, she's just crazy.
She into fitness too?
Yeah, but she just like runs and does like mom things and has carpal tunnel.
Don't even talk
my
about
mom
that
doesn't run.
My mom just like runs and like does yoga and then just has that fake mom carpal tunnel. You know?
I don't know. It's not fake, man. It's real. Trust me.
Oh my God. That's so mean.
That's why I get here so early to set all this up.
I told my mom that and she got so mad. I told her that the fake mom disease and she was so angry at me because she was really hurting and she had a little brace on. And she's like, no, you don't say that to me. I was like, it's a joke, Mom. I'm sorry.
What got you in the MMA, Alexia?
My kids wanted to do it.
How old were they when they wanted to do it?
Oh man, it's already been.
They were little.
Really? Yeah, my daughter started.
And you hadn't touched it yet?
No, my son was like, I want to do boxing, no karate, and then I was like, oh, and then one of my friends were like, hey, there's a gym near you, and it was the other gym we were at, and I kind of just signed up my boys. I think they were little, maybe like 5 and 8. I don't know how many years. Maybe like 8 and 5, and then my daughter. She was still really little, and they started training first, and then my daughter started before me too. As soon as she turned 4, boom. As soon as she whatever, man. I hate y'all. I hate talking to people.
You're doing outstanding. Now let's watch her go introvert.
Go, Alexia.
Why do you do that?
Because you're doing a really good job. I was like, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Okay. Well, I'm like,
we're supposed to do that after she got done.
I know. Come on.
You were doing good.
Okay.
The record just scratched.
I'm trying to go back on track. No, she started right at 4. Her birthday was 4. Boom, she was on the mats. And ever since then, I think it took maybe like another year. I think after COVID is when I jumped back on. And then I just never left. I think my husband started first a little bit, and then I got on. So my whole family does it. Like, I'm a blue belt, my husband's a blue belt, and both my boys are, I think, gray white, and then my daughter's still a white belt. But now they're 7, 8, and 11, still training. They do other sports too, so they'll come back and forth. I never force them to train, but they're always gonna have to come back to jiu-jitsu.
What was it like in your first competition, either getting hit or hitting somebody?
Oh, for MMA?
Yeah.
Oh.
What was it something? Because a lot of times people go, I could fight, but a lot of times it's like, well, there's a skill to throwing a punch or throwing a kick, and to receiving one. Mm-hmm. How did you? Did it come naturally to you, or was it something that you had to convince yourself, hey, I need to be able to hit this person, or I need to be able to receive this punch?
No, I just always think, I can be a badass. I'll be like, if I put something in my head and it's like, I can do this shit, that's it. If I put it in my head that I could do it, I'm going to do it. And then when you're there and you're getting your ass kicked by somebody like Gordy, and it's always Gordy, and you just kind of tell yourself, okay, I took it already. Let me give it back. And then I was just obsessed after that. It sucked, but I just wanted more of it. Let me get fucking better. I just wanted it. And like I said, everybody there is so good. They help you get better. Gordy's a horrible training partner, but he also pushes me to be better.
I think I'm the best one.
Yeah.
The best training partner.
Yeah, he's a really good trainer.
I think I help a lot. More than most. There's some other guys
he's a really good training partner for me in general. He's just because he's so experienced. He can come with lower belts or higher belts or new people or experienced people. So I don't know, man. It's just, I think it was something, a part of me wanted to fight, and then the other part of me was like, fuck, I don't like getting hit. Move
She's
your
just a
head.
thug, man. She just likes to get in there and bang
do.
it
Yeah,
out.
dusted off the inner thug.
Yeah, man.
It's like a finding that gold in the rock.
Yeah, man.
I'm really aggressive in general.
Yeah.
I've always been.
Well, that helps, right? But I guess another question, would be, there's got to be, and this is coming from a guy who doesn't know anything about fighting, and but I would imagine, and people that I've watched fight before professionally, the fight isn't something that you do like you do in the street, right? If somebody comes to me and hits me in the face, it's kind of anger that's driving me, right? But it's hard to be proficient with what you're doing when you're angry. So how do you train yourself to learn to fight without anger? And maybe anger is a part of it at times, but there's the skill and there's the practice and there's the muscle memory. But to me, when you're fighting professionally and you're fighting for money and you're in a cage and it's a formal deal, there's gotta be that professionalism in your brain where it's like, okay, I'm taking these punches. I got hit a bunch of times. My eyes are watery. My nose is bleeding. But I've got to maintain this sense of calmness and go back to what I've been taught to do. How do you develop that, or does it just come at some point?
Man, we train so much. Like we kick each other's ass every fucking week, day in, day out. And it's so natural now, it's not even funny. So like when we're out there in the cage and we're in a tough situation, it's not even that big. It is a big deal, but we've already trained it. So we've already been there. We've already been in that horrible situation and we've trained out of it. So it kind of, I don't know, like.
So it's repetition.
Yeah,
I guess it's getting reps and being uncomfortable.
Yeah, we've done every scenario, right? We try to get every scenario, every worst case scenario we can. And I think that's what helps. We're never supposed to fight with emotions, ever, ever, ever. I've done it before, and I've lost fight. I've done it before, and I've lost fights because of it. And I'm not a pro, but I think fighting is you have to stay as emotionless as possible, and we do this every day, like you said. We do this every single day, so nothing should really surprise you. Even if something hits you and you're surprised, you won't be surprised. Yeah. Don't act surprised. Or it's kind of just breathe, stay calm, stay in there. Stay in that moment. Nothing matters after. Nothing matters before. You're not thinking what she's gonna do. You're thinking what's happening in front of you. If that makes any sense. It's not what are they gonna do next. It's more what's happening right now in front of me. And I think that's what you just stay calm and you watch and you move. And I don't know. It's weird to explain.
Yeah. Although in my first fight, I did get I think a straight. I don't know if it was a jab or a two to my face.
Cross,
I'm telling you, they were like, "Oh no!"
And it was like, scared, right?
Oh, everybody got scared, and I was just like, "Oh shit, I'm fighting!" Because it's like when you first start fighting, there's like a tunnel vision, and all you see is like this little circle, and you're like, "What the fuck?" All you see is this little thing, and then more fights that have come, I now see like everything, and it's like, "Oh shit." Her guard is open, or I can slip, and now I'm seeing the bigger picture instead of when you first start, like fight number one, your adrenaline is like insane, and you just can't even see, like the tunnel vision is real. And now, a few fights in, 5 fights in, I can see the big picture, and like now we're improving. Now I can move on from that holy shit moment.
Well, now that you're a family of fighters, I'm assuming your kids watch you compete.
Yes.
How do they deal? They're probably used to it now, but how did they deal with it initially watching mom get punched in the face?
Oh man. So actually one of my kids, so my older kid, he was like, "Cool, mom, like I support it." He doesn't care.
Yeah.
And then my little one, my daughter, she thought it was cool, but nothing really. But it was my middle child, Nico, that had a problem. He's like, "Mom, I don't want to go. I don't want to go." He has like a lot of anxiety. So he kind of had a big problem watching me fight. He's like, no. And then after a while, he just kind of like, "I have your next walkout song." Like, and my kids like get really, really into it. They're like, "You're going to beat her up, Mom. I know who your next opponent is." Like they are invested. And he's 8 years old, 8 and 11. And they're like, "Are you going to fight her? Like, who are we fighting next?" Like they're excited.
That's cool.
So at first, just one of them had a kind of like a little problem, and I give them the option, like, you don't have to go if you don't want to go.
Yeah.
We can make arrangements. But usually, if my family, it's kind of local, my whole family go. Like, I mean, you're talking to everybody.
They roll deep, man.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm not even kidding. Like I sell tickets, and I don't even try to. So I'm like, "Hey, I don't know who's gonna watch you, but we'll find a cousin. I don't know if you really don't want to go." But no, they all love it. But I did have one he kind of like was not okay with it, and he's fine with it now. They're so invested. What shirt are you getting? What are you wearing? What's your walkout? All right, I like the walkout song.
What's your walkout song?
Well, he hasn't told me. He doesn't know the name yet for the next one, but he wanted like OT Mexican, like the OT Mexican one. Or what's the Texas song?
They got style.
Hey, they have the plug.
Yes, that one. Hey, my son.
Everyone walks out.
Yes, and I'm like, no, I don't want that one. I want like a Spanish song or like something that like that's bougie or I don't know something. But so he thinks he's gonna pick my next walkout song, but he's not unless I approve it.
Yeah, it's still gotta go through.
I have to be in the zone. Like it has to zone.
It's gotta go through quality control.
Yeah, and then I have a lot of sisters, so they also have an input in my song. Like I wanted to pick Suavemente on the last one. And my sisters were like, no.
Why'd you point at me?
Man, even her sisters have started training.
Yeah.
Really?
My little sister, I love her so much. She just got another stripe on her white belt, and she's helped me a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, my whole family is, like, involved, whether they support me or, like, my other little sister, Sonia. She's been showing up. Ever since she started, she's in love.
That's cool.
Yeah, I showed her boyfriend, too, so I get some credit.
Oh, yeah. That's true, yeah. Gordy was a matchmaker.
So it's not just punching people in the face and choking each other. There's some love happening.
No, and Gordy's girlfriend does it too. I mean, I'm telling you,
really?
Our families do it.
She does it. She used to. She was one of the girls that only came on Fridays for a while.
That's cool.
Yeah.
For a long time, and then finally we asked Ray if we could take her to the main classes, to my classes, and to Ray's classes.
Hey, you make sure you tell her I saved a seat for her. I was expecting her to come and she didn't
come.
You know what's funny? I actually texted. I was like, "Can I bring her?" I don't know, but don't worry. Her parents were here today, so she's at PF Chang's without me.
Now I wish I was at
But
PF
she got a coupon, 2 free lettuce wraps.
He did text me and he's like, "Hey, you think I could take her?" I'm like, "Well, I don't think Gabe will make her wait outside, man." Like,
yeah, she was nice. I met her that one time. She was real nice. What are you walking out to, Gordy? What's your fight song?
It's always. I used to walk. So I like a lot of weird music. I used to walk out to music that I liked, and it was cool for me. And then I looked at everyone in the crowd and I was like, "Damn, this sucks."
Was it it isn't in my blood? Is that
I walked out to. There's a song by Bobby Caldwell. It's called "What You Won't Do for Love." It's a great song, and I walked out to it, and it's awesome.
Gordy has a particular
He's special.
taste, man. You should
a great
see
song.
like the things he texts me. I just
but hey, the announcer when he announced I remember this. I remember walking out, and the announcer when he announced my name, he was singing along to it. It's like, at least one guy gets it. At least one guy gets it. And he was like, "Oh, this is a good song."
Hey, let me tell you what. If Gordy was choking me, I wouldn't tap right away.
Oh, you would?
No, I might let him choke me out.
yeah.
Keep going, man.
There was, I think these last couple times I've been walking out to Grupo Frontera. So, and I like that more just because I like the songs too. I think they're great songs, but the people love the songs. When I walk out, my last fight, I was the main event, and that promotion, I don't want to trash them, but the retention of the crowd wasn't too great.
As far as like through the night?
Yeah, through the night, they couldn't keep kind of their attention.
Gotcha.
And it got kind of sparse in the end. But the fight before that, I fought in Victoria again. And when I walked out to, I think No Se Va, everyone was singing along.
Oh, I love that song.
Everyone was singing along to it. And then I walked out to another song before that, another Mexican one, and everyone was singing along to it.
Yeah, when you have the right energy, like, and the crowd goes crazy, it makes you feel so much
better. I don't even give a fuck about the crowd, to be honest with you. Like,
no, the energy is there. I mean, my energy is up. Yeah, you can feel the energy, and while you're in the zone, I mean, you don't really hear much, but you feel it.
Yeah.
Like, you can feel the energy, and I like that.
Yeah, you can feel it. I do like the feeling of it, but when I'm in there, and like Ray tells me all the time, I'm gonna be honest, I don't care too much for the crowd. I'm there to win no matter what.
Yeah.
Decision, knockout, submission.
Well, you've got to stay focused. I mean,
and I don't care what they think. Right. Sadly, I mean, I'm not there to get into these.
Really,
I'm not there to get into these wars with you.
Yeah.
I'm not there to see who's the toughest guy. Everyone's tough. Everyone's a scrappy guy. Everyone's tough. I'm here to win. Sure. And I got to win any means necessary. If I got to take you down and grind you out for 3 rounds, that's cool. If I got to knock you out in the first, or submit you in the first, second, or third, or knock you out in either one of those, I got to. Yeah. It's a part of the game.
It's about winning.
Yeah, I mean, I have 4 finishes. All my wins are by finish, which is cool.
What's your record right now?
I was at 4-4.
4-4.
I have 8 fights. I'm an amateur, so when we go pro, all these amateur fights are just to get you ready for the pros. When you go pro, all the amateurs go away. And you go back to 0-0, and then you become professional.
Okay.
So these amateurs, a lot of guys are going 2 amateurs. They go 2-0. Okay, I'm gonna go pro. They go pro, and then they have no experience.
Different animal.
You gotta. This is how I think about it. I keep burping from that Diet Coke.
Let it
It's
out,
so
man.
good. It's so good.
Hey,
from
hit,
the burger.
hit your chest.
No, it's so good. So, what a lot of guys do, I already said that, right? What was I going with this? I
2-0.
They go 2-0, yeah. So they go 2-0 as amateur and they go to the pro. So if you think about it like this, the UFC has a lot of guys who are 6-0, 7-0. I have 8 fights. They have 6. It's kind of like,
But they would have had.
maybe.
Oh, gotcha.
Some guys have some amateurs. Some guys don't have any. Some guys go straight to pros, and you would never know. And they're 6-0 in the UFC, fighting guys worldwide who may be 25-0,
Yeah.
25-7, who have fought 30 guys. They only have 6.
I feel like that's how the females are. The females, if like I always look at their pro record and their amateur record, and the average is like 2 to 5 fights, which is crazy because I'm like, I need more experience.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you know, like
How many? What is your
teach me
record right
more.
now, or how many fights have you had?
4-1.
Okay,
I think so.
Yeah, you have
That
4-1,
sounds
4-1.
5 fights.
that sounds real good.
And I've literally only been training MMA probably less than 2 years. For sure, less than 2 years.
Gotcha.
Straight up from like my first punch.
That's real good. That's real good.
I just jumped in.
You should have seen her when she started.
It's like I punch. they've taken
No, but it's really cool to see.
night and day.
Yeah, it's really cool to, and not just with her, but like a lot of people. It happens a lot, but it's really cool to see. Like, I remember when she started, and well, of course she had never trained.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, all right, badass.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, if you're walking out, what are you walking out to?
Me,
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels, Sexy Boy. That's it. Forever.
That's what I'm
Heartbreak
talking
Kid.
It's a great song.
For me, it'd be something real slow because it's gonna take me about 20 minutes to get to
Yeah.
the ring. So,
Yeah, I'll be sweating on the way.
I'll be sweating before we leave.
Hell yeah.
Me too.
Let me ask you this, Gordy, in particular, your weight class. Where you said it was 120, right?
125, yeah.
125. Where do they have the most 125ers at, and what kind of I guess promotion carries more 125ers? Because that's pretty light, right? Like the UFC stops at what
125.
125. Okay, so they do have 125. What locally is there a lot of 125 guys available to you, or
No.
No?
There's
Okay.
there's not a good amount. And I've
Man.
had, you know,
Oh, go ahead. No, I was just going to say, man, like, we had like a whole year and some months where he was in a camp for like a year and 6 months because we couldn't find anybody to fight him. So it's really sparse sometimes. And then also, like, I think too, like, a lot of his like background too, like he's a black belt. He's he's young, man. So I think that has a lot to do with it. But it is hard for him to find fights.
So then it's not a matter of just finding somebody in the weight class. It's trying to find somebody who is also, I guess, in the same development range, right? I guess you don't want to throw somebody in with somebody who has 8 fights against somebody who this is their first, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that makes it even more difficult.
Man, but you'd be surprised, man. There's some coaches out there, man, that they'll just
Yeah.
feed them to.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
man. There's a
Just to get their name out there. Like
There's-
so and so's gym's fighting one of
I
us.
got you.
And it's like,
man.
Okay.
There's a like this last fight that we had. I made some kid cry, cause nah, man. But
Man, I hope he was under 5.
nah, man, because he's a young guy, but it's just like I respect the fighters a whole bunch, man, and I just think that sometimes there is coaches out there that are just kind of like they just really don't care. They're just kind of trying to push either their gym and I feel bad for that kid, man. There is gyms out there that are just kind of like whoever, whatever, which it's not necessarily a bad thing, but as a coach, you should know, like, man, like maybe that's not the fight right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, you would think that as a business owner, as a coach, you know, you want to. I mean, I get that maybe you may have a fighter that doesn't have a lot of options at a certain weight class or their abilities, but and then you want to kind of get your name out there, right? Somebody needs to make some money at the end of the day. But at the same time, you know, you want longevity in your fighters. You want them to gain experience, and you want them to be competitive. You want them to put them in the best opportunity to do well. You know, all that plays a factor. So, I mean, it's important that you got to take that into consideration. Have you guys ever run across a chance or a time where you have multiple fighters fighting each other out of the same camp, or has that not happened yet?
No, never.
Okay.
No, that doesn't really happen.
What?
Yeah.
What happened?
Like fighting like out of the same camp.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Yeah, like if
you were fighting another 125er out of Unity, like if that was ever a fight that was made.
Never.
No.
There has been some guys like before they knew each other, they fought. And then after they came to the gym and started training with us, and then they come full time here. That does happen sometimes, but they would never match up two guys from our gym now.
Yeah, man, because a lot of times, like these guys, they go and fight, and then they become like best friends after that. You know?
Yeah, when you shared a cage with somebody for
it's pretty
10 minutes. I mean, except for her last one, I wouldn't be friends with that girl either. But
okay, well, what happened?
No,
she just sucks. Like her team just sucks. I bet that she's a nice girl.
I didn't say she is a nice girl.
I bet she's a nice girl. I bet her team is nice. Okay, let's say that.
They had a bad night.
They're just not the greatest.
But I think a lot of times people.
I don't want to say.
I think like people kind of build up things too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, we're the best. So no, just kidding.
There's no. There's no animosity.
If we're being honest,
you gotta think that.
I honestly believe our team, just in general, is the best team in San Antonio, in Texas. We have, I'm telling you, we have gyms like when we go and fight, like this past time in George West, we have coaches coming and like, oh my God, y'all's. The way y'all's team is, the way y'all train, even the way we warm up in the back, they're giving us compliments. And not me, it's Professor Ray and it's Gordy. It's the people who are really coaching us in the back that they're like, man, they got it. And then you'll see the main coaches of other gyms come and be like, hey, do you mind if we come spar with y'all? We bring our guys. And I'm not even joking. They come and he's like, yes, of course, Saturdays. Like, contact us. We'll be there. And people want what we have. And they want the experience and they want to come train with us. I'm not kidding. We have sometimes gyms come from other towns in Texas and they make the trip and they make the drive and they come and train with us sometimes on Saturdays. Like they really do.
Who's responsible for the culture there? Is it
Ray,
you? Is
man.
it Ray?
It's Ray.
It's
Ray. I'm telling you.
Man.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, like, but it's not really. It's easy to see, man. Like, I'll sometimes talk shit, right? Like, Google your coach.
Yeah.
Google your coach. Google Ray.
I think I saw that
YouTube
one
him,
time.
man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not what makes him like so fucking dope, man, is that like he's not just like a badass fighter. Like, he's a good coach. Because I always tell people too, like,
is he originally from San Antonio?
Floresville.
Floresville. Okay.
Yeah. Like, man, you could be a world champion, man, but like not know how to coach a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really takes a different talent to be a coach as well. And yeah, man, it's really him. It's him.
One thing that's super interesting that I find is the fact that y'all have so many members. You know, I think you said 150 members. You know, you've got this culture there that people enjoy training there. It's not just it's just not a cool place where you have good athletes and good equipment. You know, it's this culture that's been built, and to be able to have that, you know, it's one thing to have that culture with 150 people who work in an office, but to have that culture in a place where you have 150 people who are physically competing with each other and being aggressive toward each other, and you're training, you're fighting, you're choking, you're grappling, you're doing all these things together, you're going to events together, you're probably hanging out afterwards or going, you know, to be able to have all those moving parts for that many people and still maintain a positive culture says a lot about everybody in there, but also about Ray. So that's awesome.
It's like get with the program or get gone, man.
Yeah,
I know had to run people off before.
You'll get weeded out just because if you're not investing, like if I was a piece of shit, then I'm going to get weeded out right away because everybody's going to know you are. Like if I just think about, only Alexia, I'm only worried about myself, I'm only going to worry about my training, people are going to see it. Like I have to train with Gordy has to train with me. I can roll with Jonathan and we could all still be good partners. And if I'm not getting better, then you're not getting better. You know what I'm saying? I can't be an asshole to my training partners. And it just goes, I'm telling you, like I just love the fucking gym.
Yeah.
It's a cult.
It is a cult. Not only that, like I'll tell you what, going back to Professor Ray's coaching, as like you've seen other gyms and his beginners to his pros, and even in MMA or jiu-jitsu, he treats everybody the same. He gives your attention to the newest people, to the most experienced people, to the people who are competitors, or the people who are, what do they call them when they just come to train? What is that? What is it called?
Hobbyists.
Hobbyists. I couldn't think of the word. But the hobbyist, like everybody's on the same page. Everybody, the competitors and the hobbyists, the kids, the adults, they're all on the same page. And it's insane how we can all just invest in each other.
Yeah. That, you know, it's funny because I've had Nick and Austin before, and they're at a heavy metal. They're both two strong men. I think they've both got their professional card now. And it's funny because Nick likes to refer to it as trauma bonding, you know, and he's like, when we're in this spot where we're competing and we're tired and we're in pain and things are hurting, but we're all doing it and we're all doing it together. Mm-hmm. He's like, that builds a bond that most people can't build, you know, without having those things happening. And so it's interesting because everything you describe are things that I've heard other people say that are in a good place, that are in a good culture, and where everybody's buying into the system, everybody's participating, everybody's taking part in the ups and the downs, right? And it's like, and when you have everybody in that, you know, especially as many people that y'all have, it's hard to break that bond. And that's one thing that I've noticed by, you know, meeting you guys and talking to Gino and, you know, talking to Lina Prado, you know, and it's kind of like there's this, it keeps coming back to this gym, this Unity gym, and it's kind of like, okay, well, now we've got athletes, we've got competitors, we've got politicians, we've got members of the community, we've got, you know, a really good chef, and it's like there's all these different moving parts and personalities that are involved, and the common thread is Unity Gym, and I mean,
everybody has to row the boat, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let me ask you this: what is the if somebody wants to join the gym, they just need to go online, reach out to you. Just show up too?
Just show up.
Y'all take walk-ins?
Call me, text me, walk in.
What kind of, I guess, what kind of, do y'all do like Dave? I hate to sound weird, but like, is it a day pass? Can he just come in? So is it formal? Is it informal? Is it kind of one of those things that, hey, come in for a week and we'll figure it out later? Or what do you guys have that way people can, because especially right now, you know, everybody's broke. Everybody's working 2 jobs, you know, so, but there's still that need to learn things, learn to defend yourself, learn to take care of yourself, you know, the fitness aspect of it. You know, how does all that work as far as a new person wanting to come to the gym?
Yeah, man. Well, we just, we work with everyone, man. But really, we always have a free trial going on. It's usually 2 days, but sometimes some people need a little longer, right? Yeah. Some people go in and try a class, and midway they're like, "Hey, man, I'm out of here. Like, it's not for me," and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's other people that are kind of on the fence. You can kind of feel them out too. Yeah. And it's like, you know what? Show up tomorrow. Like, I don't know, man. Just show up. And that's really, I don't know, man. To me, I just try to be, I don't know, as far away as I can from a salesman, man. Like, just be a person, just like them. I remember whenever I first started, and what kept me there was kind of like that. That Ray wasn't like that, like, hey, man, I could get you signed up today with a discount, blah, 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 you know?
Yeah, he wasn't pitching at you.
Yeah, no, nothing, man. And I just kind of try and I follow that same route. And really, like I said, man, it's as soon as people come in, man, like, they're going to like it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you know, it's funny because, like, a lot of times we kind of associate gyms and there's so many different kinds of gyms, right? And everything gets kind of lumped into the gym, you know, and you kind of associate that with similar to like a Gold's, you know, maybe a La Fitness. But one thing that I've kind of paid attention to and I've learned from like talking to you guys, talking to other folks, is you may approach it looking at it as an opportunity to do something, but it turns into a lifestyle. You know, you start, especially for all you guys, you know, your entire family's doing it, you know, and it's funny because it's much more than a gym membership. You know, it turns into, hey, these are my people. You know, these are who I hang out with. These are the people that I'm excited for, people I want to see do well. And I think that's one thing that we don't go into a gym looking at. We don't take that into consideration, but it ends up happening when you got a good culture and people are received and they can go in there and take part, and it just turns into a lifestyle kind of thing. So
that's true, man. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of stories that are kind of similar, man. Like, they come in, like a parent comes in, kind of watches their kid do their thing, and they're like, let me try it out. We have multiple people like that, man. And you know what's crazy is that a lot of those people are badasses, man. Like her, we have a teammate, Chris Cortez. He was just watching his kids kind of train. As a matter of fact, initially he wouldn't even really watch. He would come in with these big ass books I would see, and he would just read. And then like slowly he would kind of be watching and then watching. I'm like, hey man, try a class. He's like, I'm interested. And he got on, man. He hasn't got off yet. He's a monster, man.
That's awesome.
And
man.
and there's multiple people like that.
Big Phil.
Big Phil too.
Mm-hmm.
Phil
Luis
Stang.
started. They said it today, and Luis started like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
There's
parents.
a lot of parents. And you know what's crazy though is that I'm just kind of realizing right now is a lot of those parents are animals, man. It's crazy. Maybe like kind of observing and they soak it all in, but I'm just realizing now that a lot of those people they're animals, man.
You know, that's interesting because I wonder if they had that competitiveness in them at one point in time in their life, or maybe that was just something that needed to be found, right? It didn't exist before, and they just needed that opportunity, you know.
Yeah.
So that's cool that they have a place like this to go to and take part in.
Yeah, man.
What? You both looked at me at the same time. I was like, perfect, dude.
Hey, you guys are right. Alexia's doing amazing.
I told you.
I really don't like talking to people.
There's
Underneath, I'm playing with my pants. I'm like,
I think you kicked the table a couple times.
I'm like,
Yeah, there's like a piece of metal down here that I keep touching.
Is there?
And then I'm not gonna lie to you, I've had to fart for like.
but I also
the
like
past
move
40
a lot.
minutes.
Like,
Hey, let it go.
No, my
Hang on.
stomach hurts so bad.
Let me hold this.
it's also hard for me to sit still.
I'm so proud of myself for not picking my nose this entire time.
I go like
knew
this.
there was I knew there was a
Playing
camera
with
on
my
me.
nose ring.
Yeah.
Hey, wait till you're 46, 47, man. It'll be a lot harder to hold that fart in. I promise you.
Try holding
It's already hard right now.
Your bladder, man. When you have 3 kids, that's hard.
I'm not gonna.
So, fights. What do you have coming up next?
I got a title fight. I got a 5-round title fight March 23rd in Monroe, Louisiana for Delta Fighting Championships. I'm fighting a guy over there. I think he's a local guy over there. Not a big issue. Not our problem. We're going to go in there and do what we always do and win. 125 for the title. 5 rounds. We get to do reinforced knees to the head, which is really exciting. So we get to grab the back of the head and knee to the face
What
in
about
Louisiana. We can't throw elbows in Louisiana, sadly. But reinforced knees are really, really fun. That's really cool. It's nothing I've ever done before.
Is that only in a standing position, or can you do that on the ground too?
Only in a standing position.
Okay.
If they are I think in Louisiana and Texas, they still do the old MMA rules. So if you're at a 3-point stance, you cannot knee to the head. So none of that stuff. But
okay.
I think the new rules are if you have to be in a 4-point stance.
Oh, okay.
But this is March 23rd, 5 rounds for the title in Monroe, Louisiana. We're gonna go over there, take over, and bring the title back home. I'm real excited. It sounds exciting. I'm excited.
Is that something people can watch online, or is that only live?
I think as we get closer to the event, we can get a stream. We can figure out where to put it, and we'll send everything like that. At the moment, I don't have every single detail. I just know it's at the Monroe Civic Center in Monroe, Louisiana.
Okay.
And it's kind of far, but man, I'm gonna fly there. So
That's cool.
yeah.
And you?
Right now, I don't have any fights booked, but I plan on fighting probably in the summer, pretty much whatever Professor Ray signs me up for, I'm down for. But in the meantime, for sure, I plan on competing in PANS for IBJJF.
What is that?
It's a tournament.
The International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation.
Okay,
There you
so
go.
it's grappling?
It's grappling.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the meantime, if I'm not fighting, I'm competing in jiu-jitsu.
Oh, gotcha.
It is also the highest competition you can compete at. She's
Oh, wow.
competing at the top of the top. That's like the pretty much right under ADCC. ADCC is invitation only. It's one of the biggest no-gi grappling games you can be in. So they do it with just in shorts and a shirt. She's doing basically the top of the top competition, IBJJF, Pan Americans, and then she's doing the World Championship. So if you're a World Champ there and you're a Pan American, it's
So
insane.
where does that take place?
So I'll be going to Florida. So if anybody wants to
That's
sponsor me, and pay my way, I will be hit me up, DM me,
When is
and
it?
let me know. It's actually the same weekend that he'll be there.
Oh,
so
really?
I'll be competing during the day and then watching his
I think
stream
the
in
24th,
Florida.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, go to Florida.
March is going to be busy.
Yeah,
for us,
March
man.
we're going to be really busy because we have a few people. I'm not the only one going to go compete. So we have a few people trying to go. And then that weekend we have two fighters. Yeah. So he'll be competing on Saturday. Is it a Saturday?
March 23rd, Saturday is mine. And then March 24th, we got at San Antonio, Texas. We got the Cowboys Dance Hall. We got some guys fighting for Fury FC over there. We got Eddie Frere.
And a few people from
fighting
our gym.
over there. We got Tamoy, a new guy from our gym fighting over there. And then we got
And you
another
said
guy,
that's
RC.
March 24th?
That is March 24th at the Cowboys Dance Hall. And that's on a Sunday. But it's early. It's like a 1 p.m. kind of show, 2 p.m. kind of show. Fury does it real early because they have a specific time slot for UFC Fight Pass. So you can watch that one on UFC Fight Pass.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
So our gym will
Yeah,
be
but it's
pretty
got to
much-
be great to see it live. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome, especially with Cowboys.
It is.
It's so small. I think Fury really understands how to do these smaller shows. They get a small venue and they pack it. Their tickets are expensive, but they get a small venue.
But it's worth it.
And it's
worth it.
Pretty worth it. It's really cool. The way that they put on shows, they really understand how to get a crowd, how to put shows on. So if you're gonna watch it, Cowboys Dance Hall, we got Eddie. Buy a ticket from Eddie. Buy a ticket from Tamoy. Buy a ticket from RC. RC Guzman's fighting also. And I think we got 3 guys in that Fury card, right?
I don't know. I just know that March and April we have like 12 fights.
wow.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
April we have more fights for
There's
Tapper Scratch.
we're stacked.
We got Taylor, we got Isaac, we got all
You
these
guys post
from-
these on your website?
Not on our website, but on our social media.
Okay.
Like mostly, I would say our Instagram's probably our most active social media.
Yeah, my Instagram sucks, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Mine's
Yeah,
bad.
I just go look at your profile picture, man.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm like, man, Gordy's handsome.
My Instagram sucks, dude. I don't scroll. I don't like being on social media too much.
Well, you're busy. You're busy beating people up. And
That's
So,
a lie, man.
Roughing
this
kids
is-
up,
He's
man.
always sending me creepy stuff on Instagram.
Hey,
Okay, so
Forward it.
that's not Instagram.
Forward
That's
it.
Instagram.
I
It's
don't know, man.
Twitter. So Twitter, I'll
Oh, is
be
it
on
Twitter?
because Twitter is
I don't
just
have a Twitter.
jokes and funny things. But Instagram, it just makes me feel like my life isn't that cool. When I
Well,
love my life, man.
but
I think it's awesome, and I see other people.
I think that's kind of like the thing though with Instagram. Like it's just people's highlights.
yeah, and
Yeah, I really
it's
like
not
reposting
realistic.
stuff. So if you tag me, and I'll repost it. But
I gave my Instagram to my girlfriend, so she has all my info. She'll post everything for me.
I was noticing more booty shots, man.
She'll post all the stuff.
noticing that.
She'll post all the stuff for me. If, I'll probably tell her to start ramping it up again, and because she'll be good. She does all the stuff and reposts and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Because I won't even get on it. I have tons of notifications. I don't even get on it.
That's cool. That's cool, man. So, where can they find what's your social? Since she's gonna start running it, what's your Instagram right now?
My Instagram is Americo Gordy Garcia. It's just my full name, pretty much. And you can find me on Instagram. Don't find me on Twitter. You're not gonna. No, don't. No.
my Instagram, you can look me up under Alexia Delgadillo or _ Alexia D4. I just looked it up. So
Okay.
yeah, and then let me know if anybody wants to sponsor me.
Hey, dude. Me too,
Okay.
dude.
I
Me
have
too.
to
I'd love
fly
it.
out there. I
Okay.
have to pay for my hotel.
Well-
So yeah, I mean,
So if somebody, let's say somebody sponsors you guys, can they get a logo on your shorts or on a shirt? How does that kind of stuff work?
Promotion.
Yeah,
We're
so-
gonna promote you like crazy. Give you a post. Give you a spot on our shorts. We're gonna shout you out how much as we can. We'll make shirts. We'll put your logo on our shirts.
You get
We'll
a
be
weekend
walking-
with Gordy,
Yeah.
horseback riding.
You'll be a walk. We'll be a walking logo for you. We will put your business out there, and we will post you and post you.
even
and
for
post you.
jiu-jitsu, I'm allowed to put you on my gi, on my uniform, so all that other stuff.
So look at her Instagram profile. She has some stuff coming up. Sponsor her. She'll promote the crap out of you. She'll put all her stuff on her Instagram, all her stuff everywhere. I'll do the same. It'll be mutual. It's not just a give me this and let me travel. It's a mutual thing. You
Right.
will get exposure. You will get a bunch of likes and stuff like that. Whatever you guys like.
Is there a premier, I guess, sponsor level where we can get access to your Twitter page?
My Twitter is not bad. It's just like my humor.
Is it bad?
It's bad.
My humor's broken.
He's weird.
My humor's broken.
awkward.
It's
Man,
He's a
really
special
funny.
We have a guy named Patty.
Oh,
Okay, no, him is bad.
No,
Is that-
he's weird, man, but he's funny, right? Gordy's stuff is just weird.
no,
man.
hold on.
It's weird without the funny.
No, Gordy's. No, Patty's mean. Gordy is nice.
I have these
I'm
levels.
nice, dude.
I have these levels, right? And it's like, okay, if it's innocent, everybody's getting it, you know. And then it's kind of like, it's kind of inappropriate. So maybe 40 people are getting it. And then it's like, ooh, that's pretty bad. And then it's like, okay, 15 people are getting that one. And then it's like, ooh, man, 5 guys are getting that. And then it's like, nope, I gotta screenshot this and send it via text.
Yeah.
So there's those levels.
I mean,
there.
I'll never send what I send you to Alexia.
Yeah.
I sent Alexia like melon cat.
Cats.
Like cats and stuff.
Like puppy eye cats.
But like they're really funny to me. They're incredibly funny to me. But like to him, I do send. I do send. The humor's broken.
Videos.
Honestly, it makes me mad sometimes.
Really?
It's because he's just like, what's the point of this? It's because he's like, how is this funny to you? And I understand. But I think it's ironically
it's funny.
It's ironically funny. It's
special humor.
It's just weird.
I have this weird humor where it's kind of like it's funny to me, and nobody else is gonna get it, but I'm gonna send it anyway.
Yeah, I like dark humor too. Like I like dark humor, and everybody's like, "What the fuck, Alexia? What?" And I'm like, laughing all solita.
I like dark humor with a hint of racism and a touch of, you know, if it kind of just hits everything. I'm like, yeah, those 5 people.
Man, you know who you gotta follow, man? One of our professors, his name's Justin Governal.
Oh.
You'll like his comedy.
Is it, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a few people I gotta
He
add.
came out, he's like, he does a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
He came out like on Naked and Afraid.
Oh, really?
He's a character, man.
yeah,
you'll like him.
He's like touring.
So
sometimes.
everybody's seen him naked?
Why not?
Yeah.
Well, there's a blur, so
Is
He's
there?
a blur, yeah, but
One of the funniest.
Gordy's seen him without the blur.
I lived with him for a period of time.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. He has a nice house and he has a
The
cool guest
blur is
room.
all the way to the middle of his shin.
No,
Nah, he's tiny blur, Glenn.
Yeah.
Tiny blur.
It's
too.
It's the one
tiny
pixel.
blur. Yeah, tiny blur. That's me too.
Nah, but look him up, man. Justin Governal. He's a funny dude. Cool.
And he's a member
professor.
of y'all's gym?
Yeah, he's one of our
he's
professors.
one of the black belts, and he performs at the
does
comedy
stand-up.
stores around here.
Really?
He does a lot of open mics, and he's pretty good from what I've
he's
heard.
pretty funny.
That's pretty cool.
I've been to one of them.
That's cool.
I never have.
Well, you're too busy posting funny stuff,
Yeah.
John.
Nah, I don't even.
He's
sit
just
at
a
home.
hater.
No, I'm not. I just.
It's just not his weird stuff he likes.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
like.
true.
I don't like stand up comedy.
Hey,
I
you know
don't
what?
like it.
I have you on Instagram. Don't let me add you to nothing else because I'll just screenshot everything.
Some of them
you
you'll
post.
laugh.
I just
some of them you
screenshot it
will.
all.
Twitter's
So
funny.
people can find you at Johnny Karate 69.
Yeah, that's the one. Nah, Johnny Karate 210, but Unity Training Center.
You need training center.
I also have a brand called Hardheads Jiu-Jitsu Club.
Okay.
So it's a small brand that we're working on. It's really just not for the crew, but like
It's really only for the badasses, to be honest.
I mean,
It's,
I don't have a shirt, so whatever.
It's like the black shirts.
We didn't plan this, to be honest.
Y'all just dress the same?
I swear.
Hey, they plan it.
I woke up from a nap.
You look like you're going to church here in a minute.
It's
He
not gonna
doesn't go
work.
to church.
But sexy
Hey, come on.
church.
Let me see what shoes you're wearing. Boots? Knew it.
Nice.
Comfortable. That's what I wear to work.
If I unbutton my shirt halfway down, you guys would vomit.
No, it's the trick. It's easy to take off like a t-shirt. If I want to take it off, you just pop it back on and off. That's kind of the trick. That's what
I
I'm
thought
doing.
you were showing me the tattoos, man.
No. I forgot that one's there. I'm sorry.
And him and his girlfriend have the most cutest style. If you see them together, she's
I
like
have.
the cutest thing ever, and she's so beautiful. And I see them together, and I'm like, oh. And you know what? You give Gordy compliments. She is the cat. She is the beautiful one.
Well, you
She
know what's
makes
funny?
Him look good because she is gorgeous.
I've got probably, I'm going to say.
I don't know what she's doing with him. No, just kidding.
I got about 3 people. I say people. I got about 3 or 4 friends. And that they're a beautiful couple. And sometimes I sit there and I look at her and I'll go, man, she's beautiful. And then I look at him and I go, man, he's beautiful. And at the end of the day, I don't even know which one to look at anymore. I just look at both. That's where you guys are, man.
Thank
You're
you.
on- you're
That's
on
a
my
big
list.
compliment. I wish she heard that. She probably will hear that. I'm glad.
He's like, can you please make sure you add that in there so she knows that?
Make that a small clip.
Yeah, I got a clip for her.
gonna
She'll
cut
be
it
really
out for
happy. It'll make her whole day.
I'm gonna have to add her too. So don't come looking for me to add her.
Nice. Yeah,
But,
she almost would have been there. but
That would have
she
been.
didn't.
I tell her before you leave, take a picture of that chair and tell her
Oh.
I'm upset.
Nah, she'll be really upset. Honestly, if I send her that chair, she'll be like, "Damn, she
dropped
wouldn't
the
have."
Hey,
ball,
make her
Gordy.
cry. Make her cry.
No.
Yeah, let's make her cry. All right, yo. I appreciate y'all making it out. Everybody check out Unity. Make some of these fights. We'll post some of the dates and we'll post y'all's Instagrams and websites and stuff. But I really, like I said, I'm really excited that you guys came because I really like what you're doing on that side of town. I think that when I talked to Lena, we talked about building a culture for the community in the area and having things for people to do and activities to participate in, and to be able to have something that you guys, like what you guys have built down there, and in a short period of time grown so much. Whatever direction it decides to go, if it stays that size and just gets tighter, or if it grows and goes across the state, whatever it does, you guys have built something special down there. And I think the opportunities that y'all give people just by being there, the opportunities to come, work out, to train, to learn, the classes that you offer, the opportunities you give to ladies to come in and get some training in and participate in that kind of thing. That's so important to a community. When I talked to Lena, we talked about, people like to invest in certain parts of the city, and other parts of the city get ignored. And whatever put y'all down, on 1604 and 37.
That's another story, man.
What are you? Tell it, man. Let's have it.
Nah, man. We just moved out there.
Okay.
Now I'll tell you off camera.
We'll turn it off here in a minute. I'll record this when we turn everything off. But no, I think it's great. I think I like where it's located. I like what you're doing. It's going to serve the people well, and I think once people start coming around to the opportunities that you guys provide, they lose that fear of walking through the gym.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to get bigger and better, and I think that you guys are very important to that area. So I thank y'all for coming out.
No, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, it's cool. I was nervous.
I was nervous too.
Yeah,
it wasn't so bad.
I like hearing my own voice, but unity is a big deal. It's very important to me, and it wouldn't be here without Jonathan. It wouldn't be here without Ray. So I want to give huge shout outs to both of them. They made this stuff happen. And Ray, one of my best friends, my mentor, one of my older brothers, pretty much. I look up to him, and without him, I wouldn't be here. He changed my life. Him and Jonathan changed my life, and I really appreciate everything they do. It's like our church.
Yeah.
It's like we go to church. That's it.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Thanks
man.
again.
Thank you.
Man. When I'll link you up with Ray. He has he's like a book, man. He's been through a lot, man, and that's a good ass dude right there, man. For real. I consider him my brother, man. We fight like brothers. We do everything, man. Like that's a dude right there, man. Because of him, really because of him, man. Like, we're here, and everybody has that place, that place that they love to call home, right? Unity Training Center. It really is because of him, man. Because he's just that dude, man.
Yeah, he's just that guy.
I look forward to meeting him one day, man. And
yeah, I'll link y'all up.
I'll show up one day in socks and
come by, man, whenever you want.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
It's good. You're gonna be pushing roly-poly down the...
Do you live out here, or you live...
I live in Selma.
Selma?
Yeah,
okay.
I live in Selma.
I don't know what that is.
It's heading towards New Braunfels.
It's
Austin.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know where the Forum is? The IKEA way out
Yeah.
there?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
like
in that area.
Live Oak.
Live Oak. It's right next to it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Come by, man. Come by. It's you'll like it, man. It's cool.
I'll check you out.
Yeah, man.
Well, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for making the drive again. And thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Gabe Molina Podcast.